Hi, I think we're back again. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I'm checking on a download and I don't know why it's downloading. I don't own the new DLC, and that's the only reason why it would need to be downloading, I think. Unless they brought in Cinderella early because everybody was saying December. Um, I'm so confused. So, anyway, before that shuts down again, I write books and they're available on Amazon and they are um oh they're available in hardback, paperback, and ebook. They are the Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 1 Pirate's Daughter, the Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 2 Misfortune, the Rolling Sea Book Beginnings Book 3 Hard Times. Coming eventually will be the Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 4 Finding Love. And that's where you will be introduced to Jake. And then later in the series, there's the Rolling Sea Traitor Book 1, Esperanza's Party, the Rolling Sea Traitor Book 2, The Island, and the one that I'm working on right now. Hopefully, it'll be out by December 1st. But if not, sometime in December before, on or before Christmas Eve is my secondary goal for that one. Um, and that will be the Rolling Sea Trader Book 3 Lessons in Love. Um, so, anyway, if you're watching me on Twitch right now, please follow and chat if you can, because I'm having internet issues. Um, and if you're watching me on YouTube right now, please like, share with others, comment, subscribe, um, notification bell, and please get those valid public watch hours up. It looked like maybe they were up a little bit, and thank you for that. I know that there's been a lot of shorts views. I think that's so cool because I didn't think my shorts were, like, not that they're boring, just, I didn't think that they'd be popular because they're so short. But apparently people like shorts. So, as soon as I can, I'm probably going to make some more. I'm waiting for the first snow of the year to, uh, I'm waiting for the first snow to come so, I can make a video of it. My husband will not take me up to Tahoe at this time of year because there's the fear of black ice and the our truck breaking down. We really don't want that, obviously, because he needs his truck to get to work. So, yeah. Oh, I got a very, very happy announcement. I forgot about that. Okay. So I've been uh having this chicken with rib meat or with rib whatever it was called. And I did not like it. It tasted like their um pork rind flavored hot dogs, and I only had one pork rind in my whole entire life, but um, if I even actually had one, but I think I did. But anyway, and to me it was nasty. Nasty, gross. Don't want to eat it ever again. Uh, you know, well, it tasted like it. It tasted like pork rind hot dogs with chorizo flavor. I I'm okay with hot dogs, especially the ones from Costco, the Kirkland brand. Um, and I'm okay with chorizo. But if you put it together, it doesn't make a good taste. Especially if you put, you know, something, I would expect from the smell of a pork rind that that's what it tastes, that the added flavor is anyway, it just did not taste good, to me. But I got honey ham. So I'm going to try the honey ham today. And if it tastes nasty, then maybe it's my taste buds. But if it tastes good, I will be happy. If it tastes nasty, I'm taking it back and saying, hey, you need to do an audit on all your meat. Because I was getting my lunch meat at Costco. But now they got like the deli meat where it's, like the lace doily kind of uh lunch meat. And I know a lot of people love that. A lot of people love that. But ooh, I wonder if I can have hoagie sandwich bread. Cuz if we can have like if I can have submarine sandwich bread from the store, then we can make our own submarine sandwiches. But we'd have to be able to buy pickles and use a um, can of olives for something that we don't usually use it for. Um, yeah. And I still have not found a place where you get sliced cucumbers. Although I did not look at Rayleigh's. It'd be just my luck that it'd be Rayleigh's. That's another big grocery store we have. We have three different big grocery stores here besides Walmart and Costco. We've got Smith's, Save Mart, and Rayleigh's. We got two Walmarts. We got two Panda Expresses. There's the big store, and then there's the Grab It and Go store, because that place is too small to sit in. Or at least that's what it looks like from the outside. You know, like if they had a drive through, that's all they would be probably. But yeah, we used to get some of our food delivered to the house because like sometimes we just don't want to go outside. Or we can't afford to use the gas money, but we want to eat out. Um, Last night we were both just way too tired to make dinner, so we ordered pizza. We probably shouldn't have done that, but anyway, we ordered pizza, and that lasts for 2 nights, so it's good. You just reheat the 4 slices that you left over from the night before, and it's all good. Ugh. I think I'm still a little bit tired from yesterday. Okay, so the story of yesterday, just in case you haven't seen the first part of this apparently 3-part series. Same video, just 3 different parts because the internet died twice. Um, is that I walked, I think 3 miles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3 miles. Cause we know that like Walmart is 2 miles from from our house, but my in-laws live over by Target. I should say the North Carson Walmart is about 2 miles from our house, and that does not seem to take half as long. I can get there in an hour or two. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes me, but yeah, I can get there in like an hour or two by walking. But yesterday, including the circuitous route that I had to take at one point, um, and the fact that okay, so I went um, I went into Best Buy at one point, and it was a little crazy. I went into Best Buy to get a drink of water and check to see if they maybe had a purple case for my phone. I want an OtterBox, but I want it to be purple. So, like, if I have to go and ask my husband to help me do something on my phone, um, he doesn't get confused and accidentally hand me his. I think that's only happened once, but that's not the point here. If it happens at all, that's not a good thing. Especially if, like, I just thought of that, for this time of year, especially if I had my Christmas list up, what to buy who at what time. If I had the money, that's not going to happen, but if I had the money, I would totally be getting my husband a Disneyland lightsaber for Christmas. But like I said, unless a miracle happens and I make at least $1 million in book sales, or like say make 1 million book sales, we're not gonna be able to go to Disneyland. You know, if I made and seriously though, if I made 1 million book sales, I would be so happy because I get about $5 from each one, so that means $5 million. And yeah, I still gotta pay taxes on it. And that would be a very interesting conversation in February. But um, January if I can, but you know, at least in February. Um, or whenever we get his tax paperwork. It'd be very awesome if I could get that Great, now my battery's dying. That is an easy fix, though. I'm complaining about it, but it's an easy fix. Okay, now you're going to see me do something that's going to seem odd at the time, but is really a very simple. I mean, there's really a very simple reason why I'm going to do this. So I've been putting this on the house that's next. I'm going to put it on this one, though, because the next house is already done. I know, you're saying it's not a different color? Well, yeah, because it's supposed to be bamboo. So, yeah, we've been fighting with the internet a little bit today. And okay, so he just got literally just before the internet went out. Um when did I send that? I know. Yeah, he's saying it's not a big traffic part of the day for internet, so that doesn't make any sense why it would stop. Okay, so it last went out at 10:31. I've got one of those Google Home devices on my desk, and I use it a lot. I use it a lot. Well, I also noticed that when there's a connection issue, it's got the time in the uh, upper right hand corner. So it's totally cool. I can go and report things to my husband. And how is that download going? Hold on a sec. Ooh, we're on 89. So if you watch me regularly or watch my videos afterwards, you're probably going to be very, very confused. You know, if you watch me regularly on Twitch, or if you watch me regularly on Dreamlight Valley after I've posted it, you're probably going to be very confused why it's Minecraft today. And that's because I did not know that I needed to set that up to download. Usually I get a pre-download. You can't play it that day, but you know it's downloadable early so you can play it the next day, no problems. And I didn't even think to look. I was just like, okay, it's gonna load like normal because I'm not able to buy the DLC. So I don't know what it's downloading right now because, like I said, I was not able to buy Wish Blossom Ranch DLC. But, yeah, that is why it's not Dreamlight Valley today. If we can never get to finish downloading, you know, between internet issues, and I swear Twitch got mad at me for saying something, you know, like they're watching my stream right now, monitoring my stream right now. It seemed like, or it seems like, um, because like I said something bad against them, and that's when my stream died. Could be a coincidence, but I think not. Okay. One of my streams today knew it was gonna die. It just hadn't died yet. Yeah. Now I have no idea what I was talking about, but not important. Oh, like I said something like Twitch is dying like all day today. But in this case, it's because the internet went out. It's not Twitch's fault this time. But I think that one time, it seemed like it was, that they were watching my video and was like, oh, she's bad mouthing us. Okay, look at what we can do. Yeah, it just seemed like it. Because I know that it did go out, the internet. So yeah, my husband got a message like at 10:31 saying the issue should be fixed. It should be fine. Or he got it at 10:32. Anyway, right then. Um and the internet had gone out. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So I forgot to tell him that was back on. I've been sending him a log, a picture log of this is when it went out, and this is when it came back on, and this is the time that it went out because it'll say um, connection or connecting or something like that. Anyway, and it'll have the time in the upper right hand corner of the screen. The on my home device. So, and I got mad at that thing yesterday. I asked it to define a certain word that's in the Bible. Because I was listening to Genesis, and the problem is that Google changed it to laughing. It's like, I know what laughing means, but they were talking about how there was a famine in the land of Egypt at the time, and like you weren't able to grow crops or trees or like say apple trees. I don't think there's apple trees over there, but I don't know. Apple trees might be like cactuses where you can just you can just about grow them anywhere. Or palm trees. I don't think palm trees would do good in Siberia, but maybe palm trees. Oh, I gotta remember to make a second copy of this world and destroy the destroy the other one. I don't remember how to do that, so I'm gonna have to work on it. Anyway. Anyway, I'm getting a little frustrated because this download is taking forever. Hey, we're on 93% though. That's gotta be something. Literally, we're doing, uh, literally, we're doing Minecraft because Dreamlight Valley cannot be played when it's, uh, getting an update. So, I'm supposed to be getting moonstones today. I hope. Supposed to be getting some kind of moonstones today. And, I'm hoping that whatever I need to do on my last three, I think it's the last three, um, Dreamlight duties will give me enough to get that house. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to have to use my moonstones for that, and that is going to be bad. And then I'll have to wait until December to get Lucky and Lady Tremaine's house. Well, I'll probably end up getting Lucky, and then I'll end up getting Lady Tremaine's house another time, or I'll get Lady Tremaine's house and get Lucky another time. Lucky is is one of the puppies on 100 Run Dalmatians. He's the one that gets up in front of the TV and is like trying to be, basically he's trying to get inside the TV to play along with the people on the TV screen. And somebody tells him the equivalent of down in front. And I one of the puppies, he's like always hungry. I think he's the one that almost died. They thought that he arrived unalived, and it just turns out he was sleeping. Nanny? I don't know what they called her. But anyway, we'll call her Nanny for now. Nanny, brought in the puppy, and she's sad because the little guy, um, he looks like he's unalive. Well, it turns out that Roger's like, you know what? I'm not gonna go with that thought. Let's see if he's just sleeping or something. And he kind of rubbed him or nudged him or something like that a few times, and then he wakes up, and I want to say he barked, but I don't know. Oh, you're gonna have to be turned down because I can hear you perfectly. Waddles is a very loud YouTuber. Um, he does Minecraft, and Preston, he's a very loud, Preston Plays. He's got another one too. It's TB&R Frags or something like that. Anyway, that's like his main channel, and I don't have a link to it because he says there'll be a link in the description below, and I looked and no, there wasn't. Anyway, so this one's already done, and I will show you. This is one. All of these houses, or not all of these houses, but a lot of these houses from Street 1 on back to Street 10 uh, squibs put in, my son. And he made them all bamboo. Or if they're a 2-story, he made them dark oak. Well, obviously, you know, not every house is bamboo and not every 2-story is dark oak. But some of them are. And when they are, then I get really, really happy because then I don't have to change the color. But, okay, so that's. I'm confused. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. If I would have just went this way, I wouldn't have been so confused because I would have realized that that's the road that goes that way and back that way. Or no, back that way and goes that way. However you say that. Anyway, let's check on that download. Hey, 96. And we got about 10 minutes. This house gonna take longer than that. But we got about 10 minutes. If I want to stay on schedule. If I want to go a little over, because I was late anyway. But if I want to go a little over, that's okay. I want to finish this house, and then I want to put my story together, and then we can come back and play Dreamlight Valley because hopefully it'll be downloaded by then. And then we can find out what the heck, because like I said, unless my husband went and bought me the DLC and didn't bother to tell me, I don't think I should be having any content unless there's something Thanksgiving-y coming to the valley. I doubt it. They don't usually celebrate Thanksgiving. Like maybe they'll have a dream snap saying have a holiday meal or something. They never call it. I don't remember them calling it Christmas or Thanksgiving. I think they didn't do anything for Thanksgiving last year. I think they ought to, though. Enough people celebrate Thanksgiving, they just don't always all celebrate it at the same time. Because, like, some people celebrate the second Monday of October. I think somebody else said they celebrate it in September. And of course, we celebrate it in November, the third or fourth Thursday. I always thought it was on November 27th. No matter what. I always thought it was on November 27th. But it's not. It's just the last Friday or the second to last. I mean, not Friday, Thursday. Sorry. Not trying to confuse people that don't live here. Just my brain goes on autopilot sometimes, and the wrong word comes out of my head. I think that happens to everybody. So hopefully it'll be okay. I do not do scripts. I always like to act like I always like to act like you're here with me and we're talking. When you're talking to people and hanging out with them, you don't have a script. So sometimes it can come up with but I kind of think that, makes sure to tell you that the person that's making the video is definitely human. You can tell that this is not an AI voice. Although AI voices come up with a lot of yesterday yesterday one of my sentences had the word a in it, or had the word the. Well, there was one of each. Anyway, for the one that had the a in it, like we'll say Ashley picked up a purse. I don't know. That wasn't the thing, but we'll say Ashley picked up a purse. Well, for some reason it was saying the purse, which in my little scenario would probably make more sense, but that's not the point here. For some reason it sounded like it was saying the, but it needed to be a. So a good trick for that, if you use AI a lot, if you use the voices on, if you use the voices on Speechalo, or if you use Natural Reader, or I don't think you can do that on Microsoft Word or 365. What it's called 365 now, but you can't use that on 365. But I wish they would add that feature. If anybody from 365 is ever watching this stream, Microsoft, please put that in as a feature, because it's really annoying when you're trying to listen to your story and in my case it's my story, but like somebody could be writing a book report for school and just trying to find the typos, and it's really annoying when you're trying to do that and the AI says it wrong. Or in the case of Speechalo, if you have quote marks or any kind of exclamation, not exclamation points. Okay, I can't think of it, but periods, exclamation points, commas, punctuation marks. Maybe. No, that's something else too. Anyway, whatever you call the generalness of all those things, but maybe it is punctuation marks. I don't know. Anyway, whatever you call it. No, punctuation marks is its own thing. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so like if you put that, sometimes the voice Derek in Speechalo will go and say dot at the end of the sentence. And you didn't type the word dot, but he adds it. And, so you're trying to listen for typos and you hear dot. Or dot dot. Or one time it was dot dot dot. But I didn't have, period, period, period to have dot 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 at the end of the sentence. I just had one because it was the end of the sentence. And, we didn't leave it open-ended or anything like that. But, a good way to get him to say things correctly is just leave out those, leave out the periods and the quote marks and all that stuff. And, Yeah, maybe it is punctuation. I don't know. Okay, I'm an author, but I'm not like an expert at what everything is called. That would be like asking me to point out the lava block or the netherite block or something like that without it having the thing where you hover over it and it tells you exactly which one it is. I wouldn't be able to pick it out of a lineup. Well, I'll say necessarily. I probably wouldn't though. Um, I know I know what certain blocks look like because I use them all the time. Like these guys and the concrete ones, because I use them all the time. But, some of the other ones that other people use all the time, I'm not necessarily going to know what they look like. I'm just going to be like, what is that? And then the person will tell me, and I'll be like, oh, that's what that is. Okay. Anyway, I had a long walk yesterday, so I'm kind of tired. And after we finish this house, we're probably going to um stop for lunch and put that story together and then come back here and do Dreamlight Valley. Or while I'm eating lunch, I'll do the Dreamlight Valley thing. I don't know if I'm going to be talking or not because it may or may not behave itself while I'm recording, so. And I'm pretty frustrated right now. Um, so ever since my husband suggested it yesterday, I've been kind of thinking that we should have shorter videos. Because I've noticed that a ton of people, watch my Disneyland Adventure videos. And I'm like, wow, because that's such an old game. That's from the 360, But I love that game all at the same time. And I love the Disney World map on Minecraft because it's like being able to go to Disney World without fear of crocodilators. Yeah, I know they're alligators or crocodiles, but I call them crocodilators because I don't know which one's which. Because I'm guessing I I'm guessing that they're not both in Florida, but if they are, then you don't necessarily want most people know that their nose is a good way to figure out which one's which. Cuz like one has a long pointy nose or something like that and the other one has um a shorter one or something like that. But when you're getting chased by one, are you really going to be looking back to see what their nose looks like to say, "Hey officer, I, got chased by this alligator, because it's got this nose?" Or are you going to be like running for your life and not caring, and you're probably going to be running for your life and not caring what it was. So if you say crocodilator, I'm not encouraging everybody to go around saying crocodilator because I'm pretty sure that somebody out there is going to be like, it's one or the other. And not all of us are lucky enough to have Robert Irwin as, their neighbor. I would have said Steve Irwin, but he's passed away, unfortunately. I mentioned Robert for two reasons. One, he's on Dancing with the Stars. And for two, he was Steve Irwin's son. I mean, sorry, dad. Steve Irwin was his dad, was Robert's dad, is what I was trying to say. I think I said that totally wrong, and yeah. Anyway, sorry, Irwin family. Please forgive me. Like I said, my brain goes on autopilot, and it's like I can write my stories all day long, just about, and I'm good. Especially if I've got an idea. I don't know if you'll notice, but sometimes in my book, I'm like, I wrote this as filler, didn't I? But then sometimes the filler sounds really great, and then sometimes the filler just sounds like filler to me. But I bet everybody won't even notice. You know, like I've got a really good idea, and I write that down. But then I need to connect that really good idea to this other really good idea. And so you need um so you need story in between those two events. Oh, that scared the heck out of me. Okay. Thought the internet went out and it didn't. Why would I think that? Because it doesn't usually do the spinning ball of death on YouTube. It goes to the end of the video, and then it kind of goes, I'm dying, I'm dying. Yeah. But like if the internet just went out, it usually doesn't do that right away. Okay, so is it done yet? It's done yet! Ooh. So after lunch, I think we will figure out what downloaded. Because if it's Wish Blossom Ranch, I'm going to be like, what the heck? I'm going to be calling up my husband going, hey, did you buy this for me? Because I've got this and I don't know. But if it's just like some free content that we got to go with it, then, I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember anybody saying there was supposed to be free content to go with it. But maybe they did and I just wasn't paying attention because I've been working on my story. I wanted to come home and work on my story yesterday, and I did a little bit. And then I think I yeah, I think that's how it worked. Okay, so I had a cup of Coca-Cola because one of the main ingredients in most painkillers is caffeine. So I was trying to be more of a let's have the soda that's bad for me because it's got caffeine in it. To try to get the aches and pains to go away because I don't usually walk that far, or I don't usually walk lately. But yeah, I usually don't walk, so when I do, it doesn't feel good. Depend on how far I walked. Um, but yeah, so I was trying to do that and it helped, but it only helped for like 20 minutes at a time after I had, the whole entire cup. And so I was like, okay, that's not helping. And then I discovered I had some of the pain pills on from my gallbladder surgery. And I only take those when I really desperately need it. And yesterday I really desperately needed it because, I had too many little aches and pains um, to be comfortable. So I went and took that and I felt better. The only thing that was hurting me was my right ankle, which had not been hurting me all day. Oh, and my knee. But then my knee finally got over it and was like, okay, I'll only hurt a little bit. Ugh. Okay. I don't know why, but I want those all to be faced upward. So that takes a little bit longer time to put in the roof. Okay. Oh, well, I need to do that house before before I settle in and say I'm done because 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's the last house on the street. So if I do it now, that's one less house to do next time I get on this world. So I don't know if I'm going to watch Dancing with the Stars while he's out, which would probably be better. Because there's like 9 episodes right now, I think. And when I loaded it on the TV, it kept saying, um, it kept saying something like it'll come on um when the episode's ready to come on. And I didn't understand what that meant. And it was like 0 out of 2 hours and something. And I didn't think that made sense because usually I think their show is an hour. So anyway, yeah, I'm confused. I haven't seen a season since the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, which I think was year before last. Not last year, but the year before last. Um, so like I think 2023. The only reason why we have Disney Plus right now is because the internet has not been consistent. And it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 5G. It's supposed to be great. And it hasn't been. Okay. So we just need to get this finished. And oh, we haven't even done the front. As soon as we can get this one finished, then we can stop and at least grab lunch. I almost want to go and buy the game, but then the problem is that I've had it since day one as a gift from Gameloft, and it keeps saying that I don't own the game. So it's like trying to get me to buy the game, and like I need to go and tell Microsoft, yeah, I do own the game. It was a gift. Or I need to go on Gameloft's bugs thing and tell them, hey, I own this game because you guys gave it to me, and Microsoft's not saying that I own it. Do you know what's up with that? I would probably say it that way too. They'll probably be like, when did we give it to you? We don't give things away. And I'll be like, when the game was brand new in August 2022. I've had it that long since it was 1 or 2 weeks before the end of. It was 1 or 2 weeks before the end of August that year, and they were trying to get some people to want to play the game so they get all the glitches out by the time the next year that they brought it really out for all of the public to find out about it. And I found a really horrible glitch that didn't seem to be happening to too many people, but I had video proof because I record every bit of, or I try to record every bit of gameplay I do. Not on this particular file. I will go and play this one offline quite a lot because it's just such a huge project, and I am sure people are going to get very upset if it's just a bunch of house color changes. But they do seem to be watching it, so that is awesome, and thank you for every single view. I'm not saying that like some other people, like, thank you for the views, because they always sound like they're not sincere, but I am. Thank you for all the views. When I first started this, I didn't know if I was going to get any views. My first video ever was one where I had a little over 2 minutes of a Dr. Quinn episode because there's a neat song in there that Johnny Cash was singing, and I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. Actually, I have no idea. But he's singing, I'm thinking the Lord He made you. Yeah, I think that's how he words it. Anyway, And I loved that little part. So that's what I put on there. Well, then at some point, oh, I think before that I was trying to put on um I think before that I was trying to put um Charlie Brown, It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and other Halloween stuff. That didn't work out though, because they said it's copyrighted, you can't put that on there. But it's awfully funny how other people who are not Charles Schultz or any of his family have put that on there. Yet I got yelled at for it. Anyway, I tried to put that on there. And then I got the great idea of let's put my Disneyland videos on there. Because there was a whole bunch of Disneyland videos where the dark scenes were super dark. You could not tell what was happening. And on my videos that my dad recorded and that I recorded, you could see some of it or all of it. So I started posting those, and people have been watching, at the very least, America Sings and It's a Small World. And there was one other, I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, there's one other that that got put. There's one other ride that surpassed both of them. And I thought that was pretty cool because one of one of my videos is America Sings. It used to be a ride in the Carousel of Progress in Tomorrowland, in Disneyland, in Anaheim, California, USA. But anyway, everybody was getting on there because a cast member passed away in that ride, and everybody wanted to talk about that. And I'm like, no, we don't talk about that. We talk about how awesome the ride was, not the scary death thing. And as soon as that happened, the views on that video slowed down a little bit, but everybody wanted to see what it looked like, especially people that were born after that ride wasn't in the park anymore. Like one person was like, "What is this ride?" And I'm like, "America Sings. It used to be in Tomorrowland," and gave as much information as I could. And they loved it because it was there at the park when they were a baby or when they weren't even born yet. I think it was weren't even born yet. And they were like super happy about that. Oh, yeah, I did it. I did it. Yay. Uh-huh. I did it. Yeah, because the one next to that, this one needs to be the birch. Right? Just to make sure. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's the bamboo. So then that's oak. And then, oh my goodness. Well, I'm sorry this is being a little bit longer than I expected it to be. Oh, I've got a video about black cats and I wanted to play it around my husband, I think. I think is the reason why it's still on the list. Um, anyway, so I think I will go back to the first video that I need to watch and I'll go and put my headphones on so I can go make my lunch and then or watch Dancing with the Stars. I don't know. But I'm going to end up pausing whatever it is. Or not pausing it, but, probably letting it keep playing. But do Dreamlight Valley because I didn't get to do Dreamlight Valley because it was updating this whole time. And I don't know why. Like I said, unless they gave Wish Blossom Ranch to everybody, which wouldn't make much sense. Or maybe, like if you're been playing since day one, you get it for free. I don't know. That'd be really cool. If you've been playing since day one, you get it for free. Or maybe it's a glitch and you don't want to actually open it up unless you bought the DLC. Oh, yeah, maybe I ought to watch some of the videos that posted earlier just to make sure. I don't want to watch them to see what to see what happens in them because spoiler alert. But on the other hand, I do want to find out, is it safe to open if that's what happened. So anyway, I never got to do that. I've been editing my book so much that I never got to do the Halloween content for the other file. For my Natalie file. I can get Cogsworth, Lumiere, and anybody else that we got recently. But I don't think I can do that. And like Natalie doesn't have Natalie does not have Eternity Isle. She only has Dreamlight Valley and Storybook Vale. So, yeah. I need to adjust my chair. My back is not exactly happy right now. Okay. It's like if you get things the correct color, it helps. And yeah, I probably could have gone over there and done the spruce house where the birch house is supposed to be, but I'm doing this in a color scheme and I want to stick to that. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm sorry this is taking so long, but it needs to be done. Like it needs to be done anyway, so okay, so we had 5 sections left, and I think we now have 4. And after I'm done here, I've got to tell my husband how many spam calls I've gotten.